Hey! Yep, I brought everything you asked for. The eggs, the sugar, the flour. Oh, and I also stopped by the garden to grab some herbs. Well, you said to bring something special to add, and I thought that the rosemary we've been growing would be perfect. And you said we'd be baking orange muffins, right? Well, rosemary is lovely with oranges. Yeah, it was something of a speciality back in the valley. As soon as orange season started, orange and rosemary muffins would start popping up all at the shops and markets. I even made them myself a couple of times. Although, that was a long time ago, when I was still a kid. I'd love to make new memories of baking them with you. Of course. All right. Should I just put all these down in the kitchen? Okay. Oh, I didn't realize how heavy those bags were until I put them down. Hmm? Oh, no. Don't worry. It wasn't an issue. They might be heavy, but I can handle it. I don't look like it, but I'm pretty strong, you know. Years of farming and gardening will do that to a guy. Although, I am glad you already had a lot of the ingredients here in your pantry. A few more pounds, and I really would have been in trouble. Anyway, I see you already got all the bowls and stuff out. Do you have a particular recipe you want to follow? Mine? Well, yes, I do remember it. But are you sure? I don't want to take over plans you had just because of some nostalgia. Aw, that that really means a lot. I'm glad you put so much faith in me. Well then, I suppose we should get started. First things first, we need to preheat the oven. 375 degrees should do it. Could you do that while I sort through the rest of the ingredients? Thanks. Hmm. All right. Now, the next step would be to combine the dry ingredients, starting with 2 cups of flour. Hey, do you have. Oh, thank you. Those measuring cups are perfect. You totally read my mind. What? No, no, it wasn't rude at all. Don't worry. I actually thought it was pretty cool. We're on exactly the same page. That can only make things easier after all. All right. Could you measure out the flour? Thank you. Okay, next is the baking powder and baking soda and salt. 1.5 teaspoons. And then a 1/4 teaspoon. And now just a pinch. Yeah, you can just add the flour into this bowl with the other dry ingredients. And now we lightly mix everything together. That looks good enough to me. Okay, what was next? Hmm? Oh, I have flour on my face? Oh dear. How did that happen? We've just started and I'm already making a mess. Uh, did I get it? No? Oh, you didn't need to wipe at it for me. I would have gotten it myself. Eventually. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. Right. Well, we should get on with the wet ingredients then. Uh, do you have another bowl? Yes, that's perfect. All right. Start with 2 eggs. Oh, man. Got a tiny piece of shell in there. I'll just fish that out with this spoon. There. All right. Now we beat those up a little. And then we add 3 cups of sugar. Would you like to stir? Yep, that looks good. You do this kind of thing pretty often, don't you? Oh, just a hunch. So, am I right? Well, it can only be a good thing. I haven't actually baked anything in years, so it's good that at least one of us knows what we're doing. All right, time for the sugar. Yes, 3 cups. You can just pour them all in at once. And then we'll need a half cup of melted butter. Oh, and the orange zest, of course. Yeah, use both of the oranges. It'll make the citrus flavor nice and strong. Oh, don't worry. The rest of the oranges won't go to waste. We can make orange juice with them. Okay. I'll melt the butter while you do that. Mmm, that smell. That really takes me back. Ah, well, they're not all good memories, unfortunately. There are certain things I'd much rather forget, to be honest. Although, I suppose this is an opportunity to contextualize that scent. Yeah, now every time I smell it, I can think back to these moments with you instead. That's way better. After all, this is a memory I never want to forget. Of course. I cherish our time together, no matter what we're doing. You are my best friend, after all. Honest. I might even say that I. Oh, that's the butter. Looks like it melted all right. Uh, are you done with the zesting? Yeah, that looks like the perfect amount. You can add it to the egg and sugar. And now the butter. Perfect. All right. The last thing is 1 cup of buttermilk. And now we mix it up. Just enough to combine everything. Once it forms a solid color, you can add it into the dry ingredients. Just make sure to do it incrementally, and make sure you're mixing the whole time. That'll stop any lumps from forming. I'll chop up the rosemary while you're doing that. This rosemary is amazing. It grew really well. It matured at the perfect time, too. Just in time for our muffins. Pretty lucky for us, huh? Oh, please. Don't give me all the credit. You do as much for our garden as I do. And the fact that all our plants are growing so nicely is thanks to your care just as much as mine. I'm really grateful I had the opportunity to work with you like this. It really does mean a lot. Are you done? Perfect timing. The rosemary's done too. Yeah, you only need a tablespoon or so. Otherwise, it starts to get a little overpowering. Just gotta fold it into the batter and then we can start spooning it into the muffin trays. There! All right. Do you have. Wait, are those. Aw, they're little flower-shaped muffin cups. That's adorable! And kind of fitting, I suppose. Yeah. This batter does rise quite a bit. So maybe just fill them a third of the way up. All right. All done. Now they just have to go in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. That feels like way too long of a wait. All this baking's made me pretty hungry. I suppose you're probably right. The wait will probably just make them taste better. I suppose it's time to clean up now, huh? That's always the worst part of baking anything. Although, it's not like I regret it. And thank you for inviting me around to do this. I always enjoy spending time with you, and getting to bake again was really nice. It's been a bit of a tiring week, and this was a lovely way to unwind. Would it, be alright for me to assume we can do this again? I'm sure there's quite a number of things we can make using what we've grown in the garden, and I'd love to try them all with you. Really? Well, I'm glad you feel the same way. All right, cleanup time. Having a kitchen full of flour is never a nice feeling, and it'll give us something to do while we wait. Even if it's incredibly tedious. Hmm. You think we can get everything done before the oven timer goes off? Including all the dishes? I guess it's worth a try. All right, let's go! Did you enjoy the audio? If so, please don't forget to leave a like and make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way, you'll never miss an upcoming video, and we can keep working together. To access our exclusive content aimed at adult listeners only, please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Celesterra. If you want to commission your very own custom audio, you can visit our website at anagomi.com/commissions.